Welcome to Beyond Boundaries with Konrad. Perfection or permission? Which one do you go for when you are pursuing your dreams? What if someone you influence comes to you with this question? Why do I feel I have to find the best way before I start? What would be your response? This is a very valid question that prospective leaders, you know, experience or face on our way from here to there. In this week's episode, I'll be sharing 3 simple steps that can help you and I grow from perfection to permission. My name is Konrad, and I am your encourager. This is Beyond Boundaries Show, a stage where you, the visionary, the entrepreneur, or a business owner who desires to touch lives or add value to people with your message, your product, or your services. The reason being that you will be equipped with the right mindset on this platform so that you can get out of your own way, break limiting beliefs, and cut through the clutter because you deserve to be, do, and have more. Recently, having a conversation with a very dear friend and a prolific writer who really writes powerful articles to help faith-based parents and teenagers. And in this discussion, we got to a point where we started talking about how he is faring, what we could do to up-level what we do to reach a bigger audience. And, I've been encouraging him to maybe turn his articles to books or turn his articles to stuff. And he came up and said, I had an experience. There was a particular insight I had concerning a biblical idea. And that insight, over a period of time, has really evolved to a place where it seems like the insight I'd had before is not valid any longer. And as a result, I think he thinks, what if I put out something today and next 5 years or some years down the line, I come up to see that those things are not relevant? What am I going to do about them? And this same kind of circumstance is what most business leaders, entrepreneurs, or visionaries face from time to time. But my question for you before I go on to talk about the steps is, has Microsoft Windows remained the same since they started? Have they had new editions? Have you read books that have improved versions? Have you, as a smartphone owner, have to update your phones regularly? I believe your answer is as good as mine, which is yes. We've all had to do one update or the other to up-level our products, our equipment to the next level. So if it's possible with technology, why wouldn't such a concept be possible with our ideas? As creative people like you and I, you need to realize that ideas do evolve. And we need to learn to give ourselves the permission to grow as they actually unfold. That is what life is all about. It's about growth. It's not about stagnation. So, What are we sharing on this segment of this week's episode? The first step I will encourage you in order to move from perfection to permission is overcoming the fear of mistakes. Overcoming the fear of mistakes. I joined the John Maxwell team in 2017, precisely March. And, I've tried out some things to be able to add value. But I've always loved to do something on the internet like this Facebook Lives and all things of such. YouTube page, channels and all those stuff. Blog. But I found myself in this constant cycle of always thinking that I always stutter a little bit with my speech. Like, I know you pick some of them like I do, or things like, or things like this. And I always feel like I don't have this fluency when speaking like the so-called professional speakers. And as a result, I've always wanted to improve myself, get to that place where I speak with, clarity, with, but I found out that I waited for months, I waited for years. But in those periods, there were people who had problems that I was uniquely created to solve. And sorry if you're one of them, but I must tell you the truth. I regret not taking steps like this early in my career. But you know what? It's better late than never. Thank God that I started again last year. And as I noticed that as I keep doing them, I keep finding my voice, I keep getting better. My confidence is improving. And you know what? Above all of those things, I am adding value to some specific people on a regular basis, helping them to be, do, and have more. While I myself am becoming, I'm doing, and I'm having more. So my question for you is, what would you attempt to do if you know, or if you knew you wouldn't fail? What is that thing? This question should help you build your courage level to a place where you are daring to try things out that might look like they are beyond your capacity right now. If you must go from where you are to where you want to be, you must learn to overcome the fear of mistakes. Mistakes, just like Warren Bennis said, he said a mistake is simply another way of doing things. When you have that mindset inside of you and realize that a mistake is another way of doing things, you will never be afraid of making mistakes again, because you know that you are going to have opportunity to find a new way of doing something you will love to do. This is where I'm going to stop for today's step. Tomorrow, what I'll be sharing is developing the bias for action. As I close this video, I want you to like, to comment on this video. If you are on Facebook, click the share button. If you are watching on YouTube, I want you to subscribe with our channel if you are not yet subscribed, or if you have not yet subscribed with our channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. This is not about building a name, but it's about adding value to people who multiply value. Multiplication always happens in the place of distribution. So I want to encourage you to be a distributor from today. The more value you have, the more it returns back to you and I multiplied. As I close, I want to encourage you to give yourself more permission to live your dreams. For the more wings you grow to fly beyond your current limitation, because you deserve to be, to do, and to have more. As I close this video today, remember to overcome the fear of mistakes. The law of diminishing intent says this: the longer you wait to do what you should do now, the greater the odds that you will never actually do it. See you same time tomorrow. Bye and God bless.